Alrighty, so we got a cursed seed that was submitted that I'd like to run here. Flying coral means from Polka Dot. I got an extremely cursed seed for you. And no more details, which is fine. I like that. I like not knowing anything other than it's going to be extremely cursed. Okay, we got a decent Pyre. We have, unfortunately, the Fallen from Grace Hellhorned clan, with also the Queen Zempling, which I used to like. I really don't like him anymore. And Solgard, which I do like a lot, but Incants could be limited. And it looks like it is a relatively early loss, first 3 rings, maybe second or third. So let's give it a shot here. Okay, Dominion. Hey, you're getting Dominion as well. And Spikes, so we definitely need to think about some front-loaded damage for that. And Pyre Hunter, he's just kind of the middle of the road. Archeon. Alright, Silophyte. With no actual extra damage other than our lances. I can see potentially some toughness here. You got the... I never like to start with Energy Siphon. Hidden Passage, not the greatest Ring 1 card, but maybe we could do something with it. Okay, well, we do have... See, I actually don't mind Dire Channel in Monster Train 2. It's not good, but it's usable at least. Titan Channel, really you do have to commit to, like, doing stuff with it. It's so strong in the early, though. It's hard for me to take Dire Channel over Titan Channel. I would like to flex out of Titan Channel, most likely, though. My main problem with Titan Channel is the second... Once you get to that second rank, it's really hard to commit to all of the, you know, stuff. But we should be fine early with Titan Channel. Sigil Seaweed's very strong. Impsicle, maybe not that strong. Maybe not really. I mean, we have a Sweeper. It gets us a Fledgling Imp every now and then, but I don't know that we're going to have, like, the Hidden Passage and the fact that we're double MT1 leads me to believe that we're going to be focusing on one floor usually, but Sigil Seaweed's just too good. I gotta take that. Okay, we got -1 draw and that with no backline clear. And the hard boss, but this boss should not be able to do much to our Titan Channel. We have the Silophyte actually to take them out, so this is probably doable. We'll go bottom floor Silophyte then, I guess. Get a bunch of stacks, though we'll go up top with this. Give ourselves time to find stuff. We'll do this first because we want to keep this. And I guess we'll just let that hit. Of course, we get the 1 out of 3 worst case scenario here. However, we can just do this. Now that's dead, and we can put this here. Do that for whatever reason. We'll do this for an Incant rather than overstack. And then we can't play anything else. Let's see. If this discards this... Damn. Actually, it's fine. Probably should have moved that up. It would have taken 2 instead of 4. I honestly didn't even... For some reason, I thought it had 2 Frostbite on it, so I thought it was going to kill, but it obviously does not have 2 Frostbite on it. That's fine. We'll get our Fhyra's greed and we'll take 2 more damage than we should have, but whatever. Actually want to hit him with this twice, probably. Alright. Once I'll have to do. Alright, well, at least we made good money that fight. Titan's Tooth. Sucks it has a calcified ember. I mean, I can play it already with the Foregone Power an okay amount of times. It's not great for like top floor Solgard poppening. Preserve would be better for that, but Preserve is really bad with Foregone Powers. Definitely bricking kind of the Stygian choices here. I'll take the Titan's Tooth though. Okay. Calcified Ember is a piece of crap. Keeps landing on the stuff that I want. The thing is, like, I don't really want to go into, like, Incant land. Really, all I want for Solgard is minor value. I mean, the major value in the first 3 rings, and then it will just have to switch to minor value most likely. Like, a Fledgling Imp pairs better with the Siliphyte in terms of, like, giving it some offensive scaling. The Hornbreak is not great since, yeah, we got Steel. We're always hitting Steel here anyway with the start that we've had, probably. I mean, we do have a Titan channel, but I don't know. I just don't see much reason with all these units to take Merchant of Magic. I mean, I guess I could. And then this Magic's not too great. This Magic's really pretty good, though. Has the, I mean, the Hellhorned banner is probably not very good at that point, but at least has the Empyrean well with it. The other side's decent too, but we'll see. We may not have a good Hellvent at that point. I'll never be able to stop calling it Hellvent. Anybody else with me there? I'll never be able to call it Empyrean well, I think. We'll call it Heaven Vent. Maybe I can remember that one. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some good Merchant of Magic, so it's likely we get a 10 on this, but it comes later. How important even is that? I feel like these are important decisions to make. We could think about Archeon too. It does have, what, 18 damage. Maybe the Solgard's not enough on its own. Also, we do have the Siliphyte. We can make use of its spell weakness. The Hornbreak is potentially pretty good there if I can get a plus 10 on it. I can't get a plus 10 on it until, like, here. And that's, like, you know, not great. Also, if we are going to a Merchant of Steel, the Endless upgrade opens up. Dualism opens up. Does Steel have a Stygian? It does. Damn, I really wanted it to actually have a Hellhorned because, I don't know, the Incant units are pretty much bricks here. The Frost Shark would be great, but then if I take the, whatchamacallit, the Imp, then Endless definitely goes to the Shark. Seaweed early actually kind of hurts you, now that I think about it. There's those units that damage themselves in Ring 2 and 3. I still haven't memorized what the waves are for the Ring 3 fight. I need to remember that. I'm pretty sure there's one of those self-damaging guys in it. I don't know. This is a tough choice for me. I've already added one Calcified Ember. I really don't want to add another. If I go to the Merchant of Magic, the Hellhorned banner could be nice, and I do get through Ring 2, and then I have a Steel to follow that up with. And I don't know if we would want to hit the Merchant of Arms. What is more valuable here? Oh, I feel like it's a fledgling amp. I just really don't want to take it. We have no backline clear other than the Silliphite currently. No, that's not true. We got this Titan's Tooth, to some degree, the Hidden Passage. Just have to take this. And then, I don't know. If I go left, there's just nothing for me. It's like intrinsic Hidden Passage, double stack Titan's Tooth. There's just not much for me there. So I think we just gotta go right. Very good. Titanite. Quick. Yuck. 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 Well, Titanite, I guess we take the guard, because Titanite, we can go cut Titanite there. Could go quick on the Silliphite, but I don't know. I don't know that the quick is super worth. I kind of feel like I just reroll for endless or multi here. Got a lot of gold to throw around. Should I do this on anything? I think we would wait just for either a dualism or a incant. I mean, we can get incant for sure on the guard, so I probably just do that. Dedicate it to being a super tank. Okay, we got the endless. We definitely should put that here. And then 15, that's totally worth putting there. And I could do, I mean, 15, this is not untakeable. I mean, we're likely to hit the steel, though. Maybe no other steals. Maybe the final steel, but it's not, like, I don't know, this might be fine to do. That is a lot of extra damage. I think we should do it. It's not, like, great, but it's fine. Now I just need to figure out how we're doing this. I'm pretty sure we want to line up these units, even if this is technically pretty nice behind that. It also leaves a pip space to give it rage, but this is kind of why I did this. It's like, I can just put the rage up top. I think this is overall the setup we want to go for now. Okay, I am fine YOLOing all this out and getting rid of this. Literally the worst that could have happened there. Okay. Thank you. Oh, whatever. I have 2 calcify numbers, so I need to get rid of them ASAP. And we've done that. Yeah, here's where the mute is fucking us over. We of course get this fight where, you know, these bullshitters are bullshitting us. Probably should just keep getting my armor up here. We're gonna kill all these tanks now that we got Titan Channel online. Get you in there too. I'd really like to let this hit me. So I will. Should have just put frostbite on that guy. I don't know. Alright, we got him. We're definitely decent at this point, but oh, okay. Oh man. Okay, now it's giving us some good stuff. No bad choices here. Probably the Flash Freeze is the lesser of the choices here. The Unnamed Tome is maybe less needed when I already have the Sigiled Seaweed. But am I really setting up bottom floor a lot of these times? That I don't know. The Offering Token also, like, we have a lot of magics in our future. It's highly likely to get Holdover and Spell Chain, and then the Titan's Tooth becomes super good. Incanting becomes a lot better. I had to imagine it's this. I can still find one of these later. I can't find this anymore. Of course, the Calcified Ember is just rearing its ugly head here. Definitely tiresome climb. That's God tier. Okay, at least we finally didn't get a Calcified Ember on a choice. So if I go Merchant of Steel, it's basically just multi-strike or dualism. I mean, the dualism is really good, and so is the multi-strike to some degree. I would also probably settle for quick. Maybe. We might end up with another unit here. I do kind of need another unit, but I'm getting a unit offered here anyway. If I go to the right, some health would be nice. And the Merchant of Arms, I need to review what we might get. It's easier to predict when we are double MT1. So equipment, obviously the Bloodthirsty Blade would be nice on our sweeper. Equalizing Rings would just not really do much. Glass Cannon would be actually usable on our Shark, I guess. It's not like amazing, but it's usable. Meat Shield would be, it's always fine. Stoic Plate Mail, if I don't care about the spell weakness, which I currently don't, it actually could be playable on the Scylla fight, but it's still not like great. The Quick Dagger would be good on the Scylla fight. The Overgrowth Carapace, like, I don't have a Smidge Stone, and I'm probably only hitting one steel from here on out, but I could still work around it. Just take a pip upgrade and that thing plays. And honestly, I wouldn't maybe mind a pip upgrade with the Endless Fledgling Imp. It kind of makes sense. We could still run a 2-floor setup. Just whatever will go with the Carapace, and then we line everything up with the Imp. And Void Armament is always usable. It's just scary. I don't know. That's an okay spread. But there's definitely bricks. If I get Equalizing Ring, that's a brick. Glass Cannon's, it's a brick, but I'd take it. Stoic Plate's a brick, but I'd take it. And then we got some good hits with the Bloodthirsty Blade, the Dagger, and the Carapace in particular. Meat Shield as well. Void Armament. I don't know, those seem alright. And if I go to the rooms, Steward Quarters is interesting. I probably wouldn't want it. Boiler Room, it would be good, I think. Enchanted Chamber would be surprisingly okay for now. As a... oh, you know what? I actually don't have a single card that works with Sylphite's damage right now, do I? For some reason, I'm like thinking I have the Lances, but I'm not. I'm Solgard. So I actually literally have nothing to cash in on that spell weakness. So Stoic Plate would definitely make sense. Fight Club is always alright. Hall of Mirrors with the Solgard would be interesting. Inferno Rim is fine. Spell Sanctum right now, not really very good. It's just not that good of a room, actually. I don't know, I really liked it when I first was a tester, but they just, like, I don't know, the game shifted, and I feel this card probably needs to get reduced in cost or something. And then Zone of Silence is obviously good, but I have the Mute again, so I already kind of have Zone of Silence at home in the bottom floor, but I don't know, it does seem alright. Now if I go left, I mean, this is like I've said, this is the most important ring to plan around usually. So the Hellhorned units, you know, they'd be paired with a Merchant of Steel, so they're likely to get some good upgrades. I mean, Horned Warrior would be a good one. Branded Warrior, not so much, it's not that good. Rail Beater's not as good as it used to be. Takeable though. Steelworker is usable. Alpha Fiend is actually alright. Yeah, I don't know. The Demon Fiends, just at this point, I don't know that I could use it. Rares are obviously fine, but they're not that good, are they? The Hellhorned units? Like, they're just not that good. They're very middling. Which is a shame, because they used to be beasts at the end of TLD, but I mean, if you remember back to a really old Monster Train one, they used to be the worst banners, like, by far, so... Or at least not back as bad as that. Yeah, I don't know. It's really looking to me, actually, like maybe this is better. Here we get the guaranteed value of the health. I think it is the Merchant of Arms here. Alright, not super great. If we get the event that brings all of my dudes, or brings my Pyre down to 1 health and gives us stats, I think I would take it, so we'll still keep the Pyre health there. The only reason to take it before would be if you get the event, the Arcus Wing event. The Arcus Dark Shard event. Well, if it's a graft event, we definitely want to buy the Meat Shield, I guess, which I guess goes on the Shark. Ooh. I don't think we can keep this guy alive, so we'll just take this. Poor dog. Definitely re-rolling this. Okay, we have choices between Bloodthirsty Blade and Hall of Mirrors. I think I like the Blade, but I don't know. Hall of Mirrors, like... The Hall of Mirrors works better if I can replace it. You know, basically what you'd want to do is double your Solgard, no matter what we end up with. Probably would want the Dire Channel Flex in that case, but, you know, there's a lot of moving parts that I would need to do to make all that work. And it's too hard to make Hall of Mirrors work a lot of the time. You kind of need to be high rolling before you see it. I mean, I could still make it work because I have a lot of overstacking, but I can't currently get my guard of the unnamed into the front. I mean, I guess the other option is I just play it mid-floor. I mean, I don't have the money to make it deployable anyway, so it's just kind of out of the question. I think we just take this, call it good. Would have loved to have been able to make it deployable, but we just didn't have enough money. So I think we still double up here for this fight, and still do this as our setup. Alright, definitely hitting that motherfucker. And yeah, just keep incanting, I guess. Alright, good to get that early. We'll get it stacking. And I guess you're already popped. We'll protect you then. We still want to incant for the armor though. So getting 5 per incant. Alright, get rid of this. Do I risk losing that? Because I'm at 69, which is pretty nice. Yeah, it was worth the armor. So we do got to beat this boss and stuff. Definitely doing this. We of course don't draw this with any of the various discard we have, so that's cool. Let's keep you alive and kicking. Well, we'll just say it's a positive. You know, I'm already taking a lot of damage from this guy. Do I even have much to play, though? I guess we do want to hit that tiresome climb. I don't know. I'm just trying to think, like, do I want to let this hit me? I guess I do. I guess I do. Alright, now we got a decision. I can bring him up. That's probably not the call. I think we just bring this up. I don't want to take 6. Taking 2 is definitely better. I think I still take 6 here no matter what, though, right? So I guess I just do that. Yeah, makes sense. There's a certain threshold where, like, I generally would say, like, 3 damage is worth purposely taking, but I'm not going to purposely take 6 if I don't have to, right? I guess we're taking 6 there, no matter what. I should bring him up, though. Yes, I take an additional 2, but that's actually worth it. So it's worth me doing that. Could have also brought a guy up to overstack, but I do want to hit this imp again. Alright, so we'll take the 2 there as well. Made good money on that fight. See, Fhyra's greed is nice because it helps your mentality. You're like, oh, you know what? I leaked. I found a vengeful shard. That's good. It's just real good for your mental health. Alright, these are strong. Ooh, almost accidentally like double-clicked a bunch of shit. We didn't actually stack this much because our dude died pretty quick. Or our chick. Last stand could probably be the call here. Let me think about this. What am I doing? Am I taking a pip upgrade? Because that could work. Then I can protect the Siliphyte. Still need an answer to protecting it against this piece of crap, but there are options in the Hellhorned group for that. There's also a meat shield that I could use, actually, which would keep her alive for a while. Deep Offering's probably not the call. One-Horned Tome is probably not the call. It's probably Last Stand. I have this endless imp. Doesn't have dualism or anything, but it represents a lot of damage. Okay, these are not great. Could just take the Alpha Fiend. Because right now I feel like an Ember upgrade's not very good. I really got no reason to take an Ember upgrade. So it's either draw or pip. Without an Ember upgrade, the Alpha Fiend is less good, but I wouldn't want to take an Alpha Fiend just to take an Ember upgrade. There's just not a whole lot of upside with the unit necessarily. It's pretty slow to scale come mid to late game. It's a good early pickup. It's still pretty good for all relentless battles, but I don't know. It's good if you can stack multi-strike on it. But we didn't go that route. Skipping the One-Horned Tome. Branded Warrior just kind of sucks. There's not really much upside with that unit. They need to give him like a bunch of health, in my opinion. Then he becomes a utility unit. Plus, there's some spike synergies for some of those other clans, but I don't know. 820 is just not that good. And I'm already getting 5 rage anyway from my other stuff. Really sucks to brick here, but yeah, I don't know. It's Hellhorned, they're in a rough state. Oh, I have a headache for some reason. Alpha Fiend. The thing is, I need... If I don't take a pip upgrade here, I need something to stick in front of Silliphite. Alpha Fiend's almost good enough at 25 health. I mean, that's not better than a Trained Steward, though, but it's... Yeah, if it's not better than Trained Steward, then why do we even take it? Like, do we even care about its strike effect? It costs 2. Same amount of pip. Kind of rounds down to being a steward in some cases. Without hitting a steal, like maybe I could justify a steal sometimes with the Branded Warrior, get like a large stone or something, but we're just not hitting steals, and like I don't think we hit this one. This arms is pretty important, I think. This is not a very good steal over here. It's like the armory's not good. This steal is the only good one. It's the very last ring, so I think this is a skip, unfortunately. And I think... So if I go pip upgrade, I can put Solgard, Guard, Silliphite on the same floor and have 1 pip left for the Fledgling Imp. Last Stand becomes better. Sweeper likes to have the rage. Yeah. I don't love it, but what else am I gonna do? Definitely think we gotta go to the right here. There's much, like I think we do want to swing for the fences a little bit here, and going left doesn't really have that. You know, we're still sitting. There's a lot of good magics in the future anyway. Yeah, good magic there, good magic there. So those are 2 good magics to hit. I don't need to force this magic. We also just don't probably benefit that much from anything other than Frost Shark at this point, or a rare for Stygian banners. And yeah, I mean, holdover and spell, like a holdover Devil's. I mean, I have some good magic upgrades, but I think we need the discipline to wait until next ring to go searching for him, just because these nodes just aren't good. Other than the, like, I will say the magic is good here. You know, if I'm evaluating things, it's like consume remove on the Last Stand is great. Holdover or spell chain on the offering token is great, though the spell chain is not super great unless I'm holding it over first. Double stack on the tiresome climb is great. Also, just a simple permafrost would even work maybe. So like there's a lot of good upgrades, but that's still going to be true once I hit this and I have an Empyrean Well to go along with it, whereas I can go over here, get some health, get potentially a super, you know, the alcove is hit or miss. Sometimes they completely brick, but sometimes they completely hit, and sometimes they're just alright. On average, you're getting value added. You're just not guaranteed it. And then the trinkets with 310 gold is... This is... The clans do have a good spread of relic or artifacts, so like very hard for me to miss there. I think we just go here. Okay, Deepwood Oil is okay. Shattered Halo. Shattered Halo is worth considering. Let's take a look at what we're looking at there. Hellhorned rares. Okay, Spike sucks. Dark Deal would be okay. Alloy's great. I would love an alloy. Absolutely huge. Impalate's, I guess, okay with our deck. We got that Silliphite, we got Imps. Transcendent would be good. Yeah, Transcendent already makes me want to take it. And Last Stand, I could use another. I think Reinforce could actually be alright. I am liking Shattered Halo. And then what do we got for Stygian? They got a lot of good rares too. I mean, Ice and Pyre could work. Siren Song is always amazing. I would say for our deck, not all of them are super good, actually. But the Hellhorned alone's... We should also look at what we're giving up. So we're only giving up the uncommons. So let's just double check that we're not giving up anything game breaking. So for uncommons, don't care. I mean, important work would be good, but again, not like something I need. Yeah. None of this is needed. The Branding Right and the Inflame actually is a good card now. Those would be good ones. But like Inferno would be good. I got the Silliphite plus Inferno's amazing actually. Tiresome Climb could always use more. Battering Ram is usable here with the amount of armor I'm getting. I mean, that's some pretty good stuff. What were the... Let's compare them to the rares. I mean, Transcendent still clears. But I don't know that it's a massive upgrade right now to go from uncommons to rares, because there's actually... If there is still some strength with the Hellhorned, their uncommons are definitely decent. Quite decent, actually. Quite decent. And what about the Stygian? I know they have some good uncommons. Yeah, Unnamed Tome. Drain would be alright. Frenzied Swarm would be alright. Probably none of these totem things. Tornado sucks. I feel like we're not giving up much. Like, yeah, the Unnamed Tome is really the only thing. It's definitely an upgrade for Stygian. What else do we have here? Deepwood Oil, because the other things aren't that good, right? Deepwood Oil is just like, okay, I get 10 armor for my BT Blade, I made it, and my Meat Shield. Like, it doesn't really matter for the Meat Shield, I'm healing anyway there. The BT Blade, yeah, 10 armor to the Silliphite, it's okay for the, you know, the minion fight. I am still leaning toward this Halo. Let's take a look here and see if it informs our decision at all. The world's worst copy 5 event. Huh. I think it's weird, but I think I copy the Fledgling Imp and then take the Halo, and then Transcendent becomes super high. The Last Stands become better. I can't play, obviously, both of them on the floor unless I'm going to split my floors, which I could. I have the option to still split the floors. Yeah, I think we just times 1 our Fledgling Imp. The other option is to times 1 our vanilla Last Stand, but I don't love that. Could times 1 the Tiresome Climb. I could times 5 the Offering Token and then still actually go for Incant to some degree. Like, I will say if it's if it's Frost Channel offered here instead of Dire Channel, we would want to just not take the Frost Channel probably and just go with a times 5 on the Offering Token. I don't know. But if I times that, at the very least, the Titan's Tooth is very often playing. I'm definitely incanting more. I'm not hurting my ability to draw through my deck. We only got a 50-50 to find Dire Channel here. Dire Channel would be really nice, though, because it's like I'm kind of multi-striking in a sense there. We can set up mid-floor on most fights with the... I need to remember that I have this Sigiled Seaweed. I think I'm gonna do this. I think it opens up our options here, because I really don't want to go Cold Channel here. We just don't have the deck guaranteed for it, so... It is Dire Channel, though, so I think I should still do that. It's still fine that I did the Incant thing. I think the flex here is going to be fine. And I think I am... I will say, duping the Imp would have made the Halo better. I think I still do the Halo. And then I might as well take this. We're a money-making crew here, so spend the money. Draw downgrade is... Oof, it's that guy too. We're going to have a lot of damage, though. I think we're fine into that guy. Yeah. I think we're fine to take that. We'll set up on the mid-floor. I should actually be setting up on the top floor, but too late now. Probably want to put this in front. And we'll just split them. Do I want the 10 gold or do I want to get an Incant? I think I need the Incant here. We're going to probably leak this anyway, so... Okay, that's fine. I should have put them up top, I don't know. We draw our first offering token. Could try to go bottom for the collector. Yeah, I think maybe that's what I should do. I need to be greedy here. So I do have that Hellhorned and Merchant Magic coming up, like... I need to be getting as much value from that as I can get. Oh man, I don't love taking damage there again, but maybe I should have took this trial. Alright, well, Fhyra's greed. We're making our money here. Okay, finally get this. At least we're getting some slays here. And bottom decking this certainly hurt, though. Should have went top. I'm not able to incant as much here. I mean, I can just move this guy up. Alright, they're dying, so I should try to get that guy to get more kills though, huh? Alright, perfect. I should have still played the imp. Oh well. Forgot about the fact that he'll get sapped down to 0, but... Okay. Gifts for a guard. Kind of okay. I have nothing that I super need to replay, and there's consumer move works with it now, making it super good. Yeah, we'll do that. And I think we just take another last stand here. If I can consume remove them, either way, just getting it to 0 cost, I think it's going to be fine. Alright, consume remove. I can do that here. I can do it to anything, really. Whatever we think's more useful. I think it's more useful on the last stand, but it's possible it could be the other thing. But yeah, we'll do this anyway. I'm gonna reroll for holdover. Beautiful. I think we hold over the gifts at this point, because then, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we do. We'll do that and make it a 1, or make it a 2. This is a skip, most likely, yep. And I think we hellvent this. No. We need that. We need to find this guy. I need to increase my chances to find him, so we'll hellvent him. Okay, this fight. We're definitely going top of this fight. Multi-strike for that. I'm going to trust in our ability to not bottom deck our double imp here, but I will live with dying if that has to happen, I guess. We'll have incants to scale in the meantime, and a bloodthirsty blade, perhaps. Alright, got that. We definitely want to play this. I think we just incant here. I don't want to redraw that. Yeah, that's fine. Does sap me if I use that on the floor, which is probably not a good idea. Damn. I'm taking some damage, I guess. I could still try to draw for last stand. It's worth it for me to try for that, I think. Alright, we got that at least. It's a little bit of damage. Still get rid of these. Sucks that I can't get the collector. Definitely getting value out of Fhyra's greed. Okay. There, at least we got that. I feel like I want to, I've gotten a lot of money out of this thing. I don't need a whole lot of money for this arms. So, like, yeah, we'll try for that. I need to get some armor on this guy. He's taking a lot of hits. We definitely want to find a quick dagger if we can at the upcoming thing. Let's see what this gets us. Alright, now we're talking. Now we're fucking talking. Here, let's move you. I mean, I don't have to move him off. I might as well take my sleigh, right? Do I even get a sleigh here, though, after I play this? It doesn't look like it, so... yeah, we'll just move you up. And play that. Keep getting our incants. The only question at this point is is our children learning. And also, I believe that human and fish can coexist peacefully. Do I really need to be playing this? I'll just say yes. Alright, they're all dead. Is there any reason to do anything else? Probably not. Or I guess I could have... If there's a Vengeful Shard... Nah, there's nothing I could have done. Maybe there was a chance. I didn't check if there was a Vengeful Shard. Okay. Deep Offering. We could go for an Infinite. Might be one of our only... Yeah, we got the one magic. We could still get another Consume move. And if I get an Infinite... Or if I get a Consumer move on the Deep Offering... Definitely we can get an Infinite going. 100% there. So, and either way, it's just a good thing to have. And these other cards are dog fucking shit. It may be in our interest to take a Dark Deal, just to have another... You know, I know I got the Last Stands, but... We got these imps, but... Sometimes I am going to bottom deck them, potentially, and just having another way to stick some rage on the floor might be nice. But it does hurt my guys, so that kind of sucks. And I really don't have much health to throw around, especially into Dominion. The Spike of the Hellhorned would technically be better in that case, but it's just such a bad card. And it has a Calcified Ember that I think I'm just going to take another Last Stand. Alright, we're going left to get some health. I will Hellvent the Imp again, honestly. I think. Ooh, Overgrowth Carapace. Do we think we can make use of it? That's if I need to do a 2-floor setup. Which, right now... Not looking likely. I mean, with Dominion, I set up mid, because I got the Scourge Shufflers taken care of. Could still set up bottom, too, if I don't want the Corruption to be hitting me. Also, Stoic Plate Mail is actually... it's not really that good. Do we care about the Bloodthirsty Blade, I guess? It's like, I could use a Stoic Plate Mail, and that would solve survivability on my Silliphite. And Silliphite is important to this run for her sweep, not for her spell weakness. And, I don't know, the 26 damage just kind of pales in comparison to the rage damage that I will be getting. But it is nice to hit it every now and then. I think I still take it. They obviously don't merge together, because if I mean, they could merge together. If I merge them together, I stop earning any more attack, but I at least keep the attack that I earned, which is maybe okay. You know, Dominion doesn't need a whole lot of front-loaded damage, but Spikes does. We probably need to be looking at a mid-floor setup for Spikes at least. You know, bottom floor gets muted, so we're fine there. Also, we could do the Steward Quarters and fit one of these other imps on the floor. But every card I add is another chance to bottom deck the imp, which I am going to Hellvent. Sucks that I'm not Hellventing it with like a potential dualism on it, but I don't know. There's only 4 out of 7 to find dualism anyway. It's not like likely. And if I find it, whatever. We'll maybe dupe it again. I don't know. Depends on what I find of the magic and the steel, I guess. Overgrowth Carapace. I think it's pretty hard for me to build into it at this point. I mean, I got the pip upgrade, so that's going for me. Maybe I should think about it more. I mean, the idea there would be, I guess Silliphite could maybe go on her own floor, then just keep growing the 2020 But I don't know. I think these last stands just outdo anything there, and we'd only really need it for like survivability, and guess what? We found that already with the Stoic Plate Mail, so boom, headshot. Do I take the Steward's Quarters? And honestly, I'm thinking of... I can only stack so much Bloodthirsty Blade from here on out. I am thinking of just merging them and making them deployable, because it's now or never for that. You know, I got 4 mana to spend, 4 Ember to spend. 1, 2, and then it's just the 2 Stewards. I don't really need to play those Stewards, and... I mean, I guess they'd be nice into Dominion to take them off my floor at the start. We are Shattered Halo. And I could find an Intrinsic on Tiresome Climb. Intrinsic double stack, Intrinsic holdover. Those are both things that really solve Dominion as well. Let's re-roll this and see what's coming up. Because if I can get the Quick Blade, I may just want to do that. It is the Quick Blade, okay. Yeah, we're just going to commit to that, and I can once I'm all raged up, I can actually just throw my damage away and then use a Stoic Plate Mail. That's assuming I don't find a better answer, you know, to what's his name. And we'll merge this with that. And at this point in the game, that's fine. You know, my imps may not die in the 7th fight, but they'll definitely die in the other fights. And I could take a Fight Club if I want it. It is just potentially some front-loaded damage. I don't actually think I want that. Still think we Hellvent this. Because spikes will murder us if we leak anything here. So, go here, here. Oh, actually this is fine. Because she's quick, then my little flub there didn't matter. Okay, the option, we got this, that's really good. I was going to just do that, but this is a dangerous here to play. I think we just want to move maybe you up. Or you, since you're muted. Maybe just do that. And might as well get an Incant. Give up some stuff here if I do this. I think we don't want to give up the scaling there. We want this guy to come back here, so I'm just not going to play that other one. I'm okay with taking 3. Like we said, 3 is a fine threshold to take. Alright, we're not going to play that. Alright, everybody's dying. We're happy there. Worst discard, but whatever. I think we're through the bullshit. I don't think they can beat us now. Exactly getting the proper last stance here, but that's okay. You bastard. Actually could have tossed it, but it still would, you know, go from the drop pile there. Well, at this point, this is probably more useful to us. I know this guy's doing 22, but it's still just probably better, right? I can redraw these. This is not so good for me, I mean... But I don't want it to come back, so I'll just, like, do that or something. There we go. Now we're talking. See if we can get the imp first. Let's see. I just want to take that damage. I don't really care about Incant at this point, because obviously with my 300 attack dude in the back, we're probably fine there. Probably don't want a flying kill, but yeah, we won't get a flying kill, that's good. I probably just want to hit my Vengeful Shards from here on out. How did you get spikes? Oh, from you. Oh, whatever. Even if I lose the still a fight, we don't die, so. This draws 5, so I should do that instead of the gifts. Alright, we got one there, that's good. He'll get a lot of stuff from this, but that's fine. I'll get my slays, all as well. Yeah, actually not even dying. Perfect. Alright, that was through that fight. Siren Song. That's definitely happening. That's super good. So this is where the tough choice comes. It's definitely not Pip, but between Draw and Ember, I have a hard time knowing what will be better there. It's very hard for me to play the gifts at 2. Because obviously I need to play the Imp and it. That's all of my Ember currently. If I have to do an Ember trial at the upcoming Ring 7, I just can't take it. In most cases. It also means if I take the Ember right now, I can safely play out both my stewards still, top and mid, to troll, you know, Dominion out there, and I can guarantee that he's top, still get my equipment out, which I do want, and then I can do like an intrinsic on the Siren Song or Tiresome Climb, probably Siren Song, and the fight is over. But I don't know, draw as well, there's merit to that. But the Ember also makes it easier for me to like play Deep Offering and still afford a gifts. So I think it's Ember. I think it is Ember. There's just too much going for it right now. So we'll refill to full health. I also have this on backup. I need to remember that. Okay, double tech and spell chain. Huh. Spell chain, you say? I do like double stack. I may not like the spell chain. I'm thinking double stack this. That gives me a little more flexibility to counter Dominion with. This one's not so great. I think we roll this. Okay. Not exactly what I wanted, but I think the permafrost on this is fine. Definitely wanted either intrinsic or consume remove more than anything I saw here. So it's a bit of a brick, but it is what it is. At least we got the double stack. I mean, we were guaranteed to find something. We go with the Siren Song there. It's fine to not have the Ember upgrade. And maybe we just, I don't know. If I thin the cards out more, that's probably better for me, because then the gifts is finding my last stand faster. Like, I definitely don't need all of these hidden passages. Let's get rid of one of them. I'll keep the other one. Maybe get rid of a Forgotten Power. They're just kind of not that playable. And I still don't think 10 would make sense. We'll just go with the Dire Channel 2 then. And as somewhat expected, there is a Ember trial, which we're prepared for, having taken this, so I think we're fine to take it. Now, if I go bottom, it might be better because I do mute those dudes on entry, plus this boss definitely wants us to be bottom, and I got some front-loaded damage, so I think we're okay to take this. This is probably good positioning here, too, by the way, I think. Since we want the health here. I don't know, though. I honestly don't know if it's the best positioning. This is fine for now. Let's do... Nah, I do want to get the kills here. But I want the incants, too. I can give up 1 kill for an incant. Give you this... Incanting. They don't even incant, so that's fine. We, I guess, can keep that. We got this, so that's good. Now we're good there. I'll hit this, see what happens. Okay, we hit that. I could do that. I mean, I got 4 incants. It's probably fine. I don't really need to incant that much here, I don't think. Actually, I should have moved him up. What am I doing? Alright, we'll play this. Play that. Be open with this. Could do that. I mean, this guy we don't really want to hit us. This is probably still worth letting us get hit by. Alright, I don't need both these. Last stands. If I do this, I take 1 less hit from him. I think that's fine. And I can still YOLO. I'm gonna have to YOLO this next hit anyway. Yeah, let's do that. You're actually fucking okay. Here, let's see what we got here. Okay, so we'll go. Actually, need to hit this up here to save myself a thing. We'll do. I guess we're doing this. Like, I just need to like get this fucking thing solid. Little worried. I mean, I will say Dominion doesn't require nearly as much damage, so it does have that going for it at least. I can play this at least. I may just give up on the gifts here to some degree. Man, are we really that bad on damage? I don't know, maybe the gifts is still better here? Trying to make sure I don't die to the boss. Alright, we're not dying to the boss. I guess we just... There's not really anything else to do, I guess. Take the one is fine. Well, that fight didn't go amazing. We could hit a multi here, and that would help things quite a lot. Could hit a dualism, that would help a little bit. Second gifts is a little risky, because then if I hit the holdover one, we're kind of fucked. Ice and Pyre, honestly, maybe not that good. Another deep offering is fine. Calcified Ember sucks, but whatever. Alloy, I may need it. I'm not guaranteed to have a great answer to survivability, and it is definitely something that helps there. Of course, if I'm leaking everything, that's pretty bad too. I feel like my final Hellvent, if I don't get a dualism on an imp, is going on this last stand. Which makes me not need that one as much. I can just get this alloy, and then it really helps with countering the corruption. I don't know though, it's not like that amazing. It won't be that useful. Maybe it's fine, I don't know. I may need it. Alright, we got a dualism. Unbroken Horn. Whetstone does play on the meat shield, so that's probably worth our money. It doesn't really play on the plate mail, but honestly, I may just have to remove the plate mail, I don't know. I kind of want it, though. I don't know. It's not high on my removal list. It does become high if I take this. Is Unbroken Horn ever playing? I feel like very rarely would it. And like, what does it even do? I still could get Firestone Housing, which maybe we would actually want on the guard, but I don't think so. I think we're just going to do that. Endless could go... Yeah, we don't need that. 20 health. There's a world where 20 health on one of these is probably worth doing. Alright, we got multi. That's pretty big. Definitely not removing the Stoic Plate now. I think we just roll these. They're not that amazing for me. Oh, that, on the other hand, is. I perhaps don't even mind this Scorched Steel. Is it better than a bunch of removals? That I don't know. Yeah, we need to start removing stuff. Get rid of these. They are the bane of my existence right now. Alright. Awkward gold amount. Is there anything else we do? Sure. Maybe here. Just to keep it alive, I don't know. And then Hellvent. I could Hellvent that. Probably wouldn't want to Hellvent that, but I could. Hellvent this kind of makes sense. I don't know, I got 3 of them already. Kind of just want to Hellvent that. This I feel actually is the card to do it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. Sooner I daze Dominion, the sooner I don't have to worry about his bullshit. Okay, are we setting up bottom? I think we are. because, you know, obviously the Scourge doesn't matter, but what does matter is the corruption of the units, and we do want those to not affect us. Okay, we got this. We get an Incant. I'll just start filling up. I always want this to be around to potentially Siren Song him, so I'll put all of the imps up here. Might even want to just let the mid-floor die on purpose. And we don't want to take any damage anymore. That's a bit unfortunate. Kind of want this next turn. Still haven't popped him. This is why we don't take Titan Channel 2, by the way. Alright, let's pop him first. Then we'll put this in. Then we'll do that. Everything's dying, that's good. Though he's not dazed yet, which is a problem. I think we're just going to have to not play that, maybe. Yeah. We'll maybe have to use the Stoic Plate here. Alright, we got this on a good turn at least. I was going to use this. I don't think I will now. Do I even need this at this point? I think we're better off actually trying to get the gifts ASAP. I guess I put this here. He's got more of this crap to deal with. And Stoic Plate I can put there. I do need to hit with some last stands first. Do we care about stacking this anymore? I think I do. I don't care. I think we just want the incants for the armor here. Where is that fucking gifts? He's already dazed till Kingdom comes, so let's take the Rage instead. Need to also like redraw into Stoic Plate. Okay, this is a horrible draw. I mean, I only got 4 corruption. I'm probably not going to die before I kill him, right? He's got 5 days. We don't need that. I don't give up that much damage by doing this. I still have the alloy to play, right? Or did I already play it? Still got the alloy. The alloy is... I think we can just trust in the alloy. If I play this, is that bad? Mama. I'm really committing to trying to redraw that alloy, but pretty sure we're gonna kill the boss, even if Silify dies. So. Yeah, you're not living that long, so that. Guess we can do this. Might as well do that. Alright, you're dead. We'll give him the full Monty here anyway. Okay, we got that. really wanted to Vengeful Shard me there. I was looking for that other last stand. I guess it's the downside of not Hellventing it. There's just too much crap to get through with the Gisra Guard. I'm feeling pretty good about this Titan fight, though. We'll set up mid, I think. I could set up top 2. I don't like that as much, I think. There's the early Scourge Shuffler. We want to get ahead of it. We'll still do the general same setup here. Put you there. This guy's just going to die. I mean, if this guy's just going to die, maybe we want to maybe just save some fire health. Potentially. Alright, not the best turn to draw that. Yeah, definitely not the best turn to draw that. Well, at least we got this. Unfortunately, at 21, it'll die, so that's fine. Let's do that. Probably should have put it up top, actually. That was a mistake. Wait, how did you not die? Oh, were you muted? Yeah, you were muted. It's a little misleading that it mutes those. But, I don't know, I guess. Okay, there's that. Kind of want to do this. It's a weird play, but like, it makes sense. Kinda. I don't mind lining him up here and just making him get dazed and skipping his. He skips his multi-strike there too, which is nice. Wait, he got it anyway? Oh, well. That changed at some point. It used to be if he was dazed, he wouldn't get it, but I guess that changed. Keep that. Definitely want to do that. This is for. I mean, I'm killing those sweepers. So what is this even for? You. I could save this to hit him again, or I could put it up here. I also just kind of want to play this, and if I get 1 out of 4 here, whatever. I really don't need the Siren Song here. Yeah, I'd rather just get an Incant and get that thing out of the deck. Alright, you're definitely having that happen. Alright, you'll go there, do that. Let's get some Frostbite up here. I don't have to play that. I'd rather play this for sure. And then this, Entropy can't be dazed. Let's just bring you back up then. Yeah, Fire's Greed has a weak attack power, so we want to hit every Pyre Light possible. The sap doesn't mean too much. Let's go ahead and hit you again, I guess. I really don't want to daze the guy up here, so I just won't. I don't know that I need to be keep playing this. I am preventing corruption at least. Alright, there's the Incant guy here. I don't think we care. I mean, I'm killing literally everything, so just keep incanting our guys. And we don't need these guys anymore. Alright, now it's just a game of playing Pyre Light. Alright, we got it done. That was a fun one. Definitely, I would say cursed, though not without its power. It's unconventional. Luckily, I've played so much, you know, Hellhorned in the past. Or I've played this combo in Monster Train 1, I should say, to know that there are good ways to make use of the two clans. It's just awkward with this starter, the imp starter, a lot of the time. But, you know, okay, now we're down to the good stuff here. Let's get our last. Now we're only getting last stand. That's nice. Looks like we got him though. GG, GG. That was a fun run. Thank you, Polka Dot, for that submission. We had definitely some room to spare there because we had the Bone Dog pendant still. But definitely a tough run. Tough to navigate, at least. But yeah, definitely some good stuff toward the end. It always sucks to use Guard of the Unnamed in a tough Incant deck, and just the fact that he's not, like, one of the few units. It wasn't that good in Monster Train anyway, and he didn't get any buffs in Monster Train 2. But well, I'm dead now, so rip me. No, I'm back to life. I reformed. I got Burnout 1. I better finish this before my Burnout runs out. Yeah, Guard of the Unnamed, not a great unit, but I'm glad we took it. There wasn't much else, right? There was not much beef in this run. There was another Guard of the Unnamed, but we had to take the thing we had when it was there. We saw the Titanite. The only thing that benefit from Titanite at that point is Guard of the Unnamed, so you just got to make use of it. We had the Endless Imps. It sucked to, like, help them without, like, trying to search for a dualism first, but that's just the play you gotta make sometimes. It also kind of sucked to take the pip upgrade, but that also just made sense given that we had imps. We want a wider floor. Given that we have Last Stand, we want a wider floor. It's Monster Train 1 just still tends to maybe want one floor setups a lot of the time. The Sillifight we used just for the sweeping component. Never once used the spell weakness. I think the ×5 in the Afterring token was still a good play. It definitely helped me with being able to incant. Think about, you know, at the end, even just getting the 4 stacks it took me to, like, turn 3 sometimes. So it was definitely important that we get this guy popped still. Definitely glad to have done the flex there as well on the Dire Channel. And obviously the Daze cards are great for taking on Dominion and Savagery. And then just, yeah, basically the gifts for the guard thins the deck out until we're down to Last Stand only. And then we're just getting hyperscaled on our Rage. But yeah, that was a tough one. Where do I see your score? Oh yeah. So what might we have done different? I'm already seeing some good things. So we got the okay, I don't know about starting Dire Channel. I think given that you're starting with a Sillifight and, like, Siphon, it's just such a bad starting deck that I don't know that I like this play. Starting with Dire Channel. You know, I think you want to definitely take the Titan Channel as it's offered there, because that's, you know, for if it's a bad incant deck, it's still better, right? 4 incants to get 60 damage and 60 health versus 4 incants to get, you know, 16 damage and 10 health. It's just not even comparable, and you're not going to get much more than 4 incants in the early game. Definitely would not start Dire Channel. I think you severely gimped yourself there. I don't mind the Seaweed. Sillified, I like that you added the damage there. I don't maybe like the Nameless Siren here, though. You know, Smidgestone, it's like, I don't know. Yeah, Shield Steward. I think the guard would have been better. Like, Siren just isn't that good. You know, you already have the damage here. So, like, you're just adding another damage unit. Granted, it could be fine in some cases, but you're just not an Incant deck, really, right? There is Incant in this deck. That's maybe the thing that that helps me, having done... You know, Solgard and Imps was considered by much of the community to be one of the worst combos in Monster Train 1, but I actually I disagreed with that. I didn't think it was like a strong combo, but I think the knowing when to just not go Incant or to just kind of barely dip into Incant and just mainly just try to get the Armor and Rage synergies going in the clan combo. I think I have a lot of comfortability with that carried over from Monster Train 1, so I just kind of know here that the Siren is not a good call here. Like, it's just, you're not going to get the Incants. Maybe if there was a multi-strike in the shop already, I could see it, but as is, I just wouldn't. I would definitely take the Shark, because then you can pair the Titanite with it, and again, even in a bad Incant deck, at least that's going to get you through the next few fights, because it does look like you died the second ring here, and you know, the whole reason we go to the Merchant of Steel often in Ring 2 is to add some beef, and you know, and here's the thing, had you gone Titan Channel, you might have still got through this probably, right? You know, you would have had 50 extra health there on Solgard, and definitely more damage, I have to imagine. And then maybe this is fine at that point, but as it stands, it's like, yeah, and even like, you know, you got the Incant and Titanite here, but you, I guess your plan was to overstack the floor. It kind of works. It's just, I don't know. It's a bit harder to put that together, though, when you're like I guess, yeah, you didn't take the Fledgling Imp. I can't remember if Fledgling Imp was offered in the first one or not, though. I'm trying to think what the first Hellhorn offering was. Event. I feel like it was Fledgling Imp, though, was it not? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think so. You skipped a Fledgling Imp for event. I'm not a fan of that, especially knowing that you passed to the Merchant of Steel. I think if you take Vent, it's just not that needed when you got the Sillifight, right? Like, you know, it's already at 3. An unupgraded Vent is not doing anything a Sillifight's not already doing, and then you're giving up a potential good upgrade of Endless, which we found, right, by the way? Like, Endless was there. Like I think you just, the Fledgling Imp, it again kind of comes back to the comfortability with the combo of knowing when you might just not do Incant stuff, right? The Imp is probably just better in most cases, even if the Imp is a little worse in Monster Train 2 than it was in 1 due to the removal of essences, but yeah, I think so. The biggest things I would say that I can see are go Titan Channel. I think that's a big one. And I wouldn't go the Siren, and then also the Fledgling Imp. I think those are the 3 main things here, because otherwise we actually lined up on a lot of stuff. You take the Titan's Tooth. I do like that. You did settle for a cheap, good upgrade on the Sillifight. I like it. But maybe not, yeah, maybe not some of the other stuff. How much damage did you take in the Ring 1, too? Yeah, 39 in Ring 1, by the way. That comes to Dire Channel, right? Because there's nothing different between our decks other than you went Dire Channel versus Titan Channel. So 39 in the first versus 8, right? And some of that I purposely took, but I'm sure you probably purposely took a little bit too, since it's Fhyra's Greed. But yeah, 39 is a lot of damage to take. I don't think that leaves you with much room to do much then, and then you're really playing off your back foot at that point. And maybe that's also, by the way, maybe forced you to have to take the Nameless Siren, because now you probably had such little Pyre health that you're like, well, I can't even leak a tank at this point. So yeah, I think probably the number one biggest is starting Titan Channel in this deck. Now, and I will say this, and I want to be clear, in other clan combos and other starting decks, it is actually okay to start Dire Channel over Titan Channel, just not in this one. In this one, I think you have too few incants. You're starting with a banner unit that doesn't really do anything to solve Relentless. So like, you're just gonna take, granted Forgotten Powers help a little bit with Relentless, but you're just, you need help in that first ring, and if you got a weak start coupled with bad incants, Dire Channel is not what you want. And even if it was between Dire Channel and Cold Channel, I would go Cold Channel. But yeah, that's about all I can think of there. Thank you for that submission again. That was a pretty fun run. And as always, until next time, peace.